Hello everyone, I am Tessellating Hexagons, and we're back with some more Tess does some Minecraft things, and apparently the things that spell the word art have reappeared. I don't know why they weren't there in the last video. Do they, like, disappear when you look through glasses or water or something? No? Okay, must have just been a random glitch then. So, where do we begin? Because I'm aware that these episodes run a lot longer than I think they do. Okay, we'll start with the pistons. Like, I mentioned in the last episode that I built the bottom one, like, by hand before they had the command thing. And then when they introduced the command, like the fill whatever space, I built the one on top using the commands, but I built the one on the bottom before the commands were even hinted that they would exist. You know what I mean? Anyway, like, I had this random idea to build a piston, and I thought, well, what am I going to do with it? And I decided to turn it into some sort of convention centre. I don't know what purpose that would serve, but there you go. And it's got chandeliers before chandelier was a thing. Sia. That's not even topical anymore. There's a song called Chandelier by a woman called Sia. I think Sia does the voice of Lord in South Park. And I just saw the most recent episode of South Park, and, well, I'm sure I'll give my opinions on that in another video. But anyway, wasting time. Now, I want there to be a faster way of travelling up the stalk of the piston, as it were. And I just flew up then, but... Anyway, that's the bit of the piston, and this is the actual flat bit of the piston, and there are beds, and there's this. There's a whole map of the area. Like, that's the map of everything that is in this particular world. And then there's a clock and a compass, because screw you, I don't know. And when I built the top one, I added this little feature here, where you can climb out the top, and you would have thought you'd be able to jump off, but no, there's actually barriers all the way around, so if you're gonna spawn in... Ugh. You're not showcasing 1.8 very well right now, Minecraft. But the point is, there are barriers around here, and really, there are barriers. I don't know why they're not showing up. But speaking of things showing up, that just reminded me. In all these episodes, I haven't actually shown off my Minecraft skin. So if I can, which button is it? F5. There we go. Oh, and I got a cape on at the moment because Mojang, the people who make Minecraft, have released another game, and like they've got the cape on for 48 hours as of Thursday, which is today when I'm recording this, but yesterday when this goes up. Everyone has a free cape, and then this is what I look like from the front. I played online once, and they just people referred to me as Weird Steve because it is just a default skin but recolored. Anyway, do not know why these are not showing up, because they're supposed to. Well, whatever. Anyway, you see, on this end, the pistons are, like, sticking out of the ceiling and connected to the floor, and I had this idea with symmetry, so if I had one piston down and the other extended, I could use them as a staircase to get into the sticky piston, which is facing down onto the other piston. So, the idea is, when I could, I built this second sticky piston, and because it's upside down, everything in it is upside down, plus there are slime blocks on the floor because it's a sticky piston as opposed to a regular piston, and there's no beds because, I don't know, they'd be on the ceiling or something. I don't know. Oh wait, no, I didn't build this with commands, did I? Like, I think I built this part without commands because I remember using green stained clay in place of slime blocks before they were introduced, but then I'm fairly sure I built the top part, which is actually the bottom part. Like, this bit, I'm fairly sure I built this bit with commands, because otherwise it would have taken ages. There's not really anything in here, it's just a load of beds and a load of chests, and glowstone and stuff. That looks kind of swastika-y, actually. I never noticed that before. Whoops. Sorry if I caused any offense. But, you know, hang on. I suppose this isn't really a savoury thing to talk about in a Let's Play, but, like, it kind of hurts that, like, the swastika symbol used to be this universal symbol of peace that appeared in so many cultures, and then it was used in the Second World War, and it's just become this symbol of hatred instead. Like, yeah. Well, I mean, obviously there's more to it than just yeah. I'm coming across really insensitive here, but like, it's just I find it disappointing that, like, what was supposed to be a symbol of niceness has become a symbol of nastiness. Doors. Anyway, now that awkwardness is over with, where else do I go? I know I have a couple of places to show off, and I'm already 5 minutes in, so time is running out. I remember messing with stairs to try and make some sort of fence around the top of here that would be interesting or something, but I don't know. That was just that was more of a brain fart than a lot of the other things that are out here in this world. And oh yeah, the 2 pillars that I first spawned in on top of when I spawned into this world, these were also trees. Like you know how I have the petrified trees in the other bit over somewhere else. Well, what I did with this is I used sandstone, and replaced the leaves with gravel or sand, because I know they have gravity, so they would fall down. So that's what a tree looks like if all the leaves were to pile up underneath it in Minecraft. The houses, yes, the houses. I need to remember to draw off these. There. I can't get out of flying, I just keep moving upwards. And you have to jump twice to enter or leave flying mode, and if you don't do it fast enough, then you'll just rise twice. Anyway, I built this random house. There was a good reason for it. And there's this hole down here, but you can't really see what's in the other bit. The whole purpose of this is just, again, world design and stuff. So you come into this back bit, and the command blocks are really badly hidden, but then you come back out and everything is 4 times the size, I want to say? Or twice? There's twice, I don't know, I forget how it works, but everything is bigger, is the point. Which means that you can now fit down this hole. And then there's another one of these, and then the thing's normal size but upside down. That's the sort of thing that goes through my head sometimes when I build a thing. And there's the art block again. Brick block thing. I don't know. It's a thing and it says art on it. I think... Okay, that just leaves the hedge maze and the thingy thing. I will get to the thingy thing, because that's going to take up most of this video. Oh, hello, bud switch. I remember they're called bud switches, block update detectors. I'm good at stuff. Anyway, hedge maze. I built this completely from scratch. I built it from leaves, but I wanted to make a hedge maze, and I did. And there's this, which is one side bit that, this is I suppose it's the biggest troll move, because you come in here, you see the tree, oh, I must be making progress in hedge maze, and then you get to that branch over there, and you're just nope. I am wordsing so horribly tonight. Anyway, there's not really anything to say other than it's a hedge maze. There's, here's a map of it from above. It doesn't look like there's a way out, but actually, that there is over here. So, regular torches mark dead ends, and redstone torches mark, exit, well, not exit things, but side bits like this. I don't know, it's a rest area or something. I don't even know what was going through my head. When do I ever? In the second one, you can see it's a bit bigger. Also, I had a model of a T flip-flop, because I can never remember how to build them. And for those who don't know, because a lot of people won't know, in Minecraft there are 2 types of button. There's switch or whatever. There's one where that's the buttons and the pressure plates. It's on for a moment and then it's off again, or it's on for as long as it's held down. And then there's the levers, which are either always on or always off, and you can swap between the 2. Well, a T flip-flop turns a button into a lever. This thing is a redstone comparator. I have no idea how they work. I've read the description of them so many times and it makes no sense to me. But if I put a button on here, then it turns on, and that will give a signal. So that could you'll see an application of it shortly. But it's a way of turning a button press into making a button work like a lever. There. Anyway, practical application of it is, see there's a button on the wall there, click it, and that happens. Now, if that were a lever, I could turn it on and this would be open, but then if I had another lever here, then it wouldn't work. Whereas if I click this button here, then it'll close that thing up behind me. So, a T flip-flop, it allows you to have buttons in different places that do the same thing regardless of what state the other button is in. Whereas if they were levers, one would have to be off for the other one to work normally. So if you turn one on and then try to activate the other, then you're not going to have a good time, because it won't work. And this, I don't know what I was going for. It's a sort of temple-ish thing, and you can sort of see in the distance there's a command block, and I suppose there's a bit of archery practice involved. A load of arrows here from last time. There's a button on it. There's a... Okay, didn't mean to actually press the button, but the idea is you'd shoot it from the edge of that stone platform, and then you'd be teleported over here, where it looks like everything's upside down, and got clouds made of wool. There's a brief parkour challenge. And the water feature is upside down, so you'd use the water to climb up through it, but you can't get to the very top because there's like a gutter holding it in place, which is also there when it's upside down. I don't know why the barriers are not showing up. That is really not beneficial to this explanation. But the idea is you'd parkour across those and sort of swim through here and then find a way to ascend and then like get on top of the guttering, and that's how you get out of this bizarre upside down place. Partly inspired by Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask, the Stone Tower Temple, which is why the bridge in here is designed like this, so you can go in and like if it's the right way up, then it's just a flat pathway. If it's upside down, then there are still stairs allowing you to get into this bit, and then this bit is just another switch which sends you back to the first place. I cannot describe shit for shit today. I'm sorry, but this is where, like, if we go through here, then we're back here again. So, yeah, that's the story of that. I apologize for my terribleness at commentating. It's 9 o'clock, but I've not had the fattest lot of sleep lately because I've spent a lot of time just editing videos, partly because Yuki quite conveniently forgot to upload his half of the finale of Minish Cup versus to Google Drive, so I was up until late waiting for him to do that, and even then I couldn't start editing it until Wednesday, which is when it was supposed to go up, but it didn't go up then because, if I can stop rising, didn't go up then because I had to edit it, and it's 50 minutes of footage. Anyway, this is the end of the maze, and it sort of looks like it's just a drop into the void and death and stuff, but leap of faith. And it's just a teleport back here. Like, this is the only way into this mushroom cage from, like, inside the house. There's no way out of the house unless you use buttons or levers or whatever to open the doors. So there's the emergency exit under my bed. In the cube thing, I believe I added a command block in there to teleport you back here that wouldn't be there if it were a PvP map. That's the only way in here from the just generally outside area, is what I'm saying. And then the stage thing I will get into in a moment. So, I was about to type in a command to tell it to switch to daytime, but I've got commands disabled, so to optimize your viewing experience, because this is the most brilliant viewing experience you've ever experienced, because I'm just brilliant at describing stuff. Now then, where is the thing I want to show off? Because it's a completely flat world, so everything is everywhere. I believe it's over here. Now this, I have teased on and off. That in that glass box, blur, is the stage thing. Like, it was a... Like, back when I first started with Creative Minecraft, I was trying to do a rough replica of some sort of Eurovision-esque stage, and I realised it would have... Like, I'd have to build up these walls, like, those obsidian and lamp walls ridiculously high. But I was modelling it off the Jyske Bank Boxen arena in Herning. So, bit of trivia there. Anyway, this comes into play in a moment, but... that I built first, but this is supposed to be first in the sequence of stuff that I'm about to describe. So I was... Did I ever actually say what this was? I teased that I'd built a Zelda-esque style dungeon with redstone and stuff. And... In fact, I'm going to get rid of the bow because it is a bow-themed dungeon. Like, if this were a Legend of Zelda dungeon, it would be where you get the bow in the story of the game. And there's a moat around it for reasons you'll see later, and you can go under here if you want, but I don't know why you would. And barriers holding up torches to show, hey, this is the entrance to the thing. Now, really? Just, really? Go away. Like, this tree thing, like, I built it by planting a whole load of trees next to each other and then hollowing out the middle. And it's supposed to be like a climby, parkoury, challengey, thingy thing. And this jump always gets me for some reason. Like, I did it perfectly when I was practicing going through this, but, I don't know, it can be done, but just not today, it seems. And, like, vines... No, vines, can you just not? I mean, seriously. Faux shiz. Rude. Maximum rude. Get off. Nyeh. Bah. Vines are so annoying. Like, I wanted to have an authentic looking way up to climb up to the next area of this, but the vines, they grow out of control. Anyway, next room involves ladders and jumping from ladders. Like, all of this I have playtested and it does indeed work, so kudos to me for being a games design student who can indeed design levels, which, like I said before, makes me part of the Illuminati. If you climb up this way, then the only way is down. and this spits you out onto the first layer of the tree that's on the outside that isn't the ground floor. And if you keep going around the edge, then there's a treasure chest, and it's got a load of apples in, because I'd imagine, like, if this were a Zelda dungeon, and you went that way and fell out onto here, you'd have to restart the dungeon, because you have to go out, well, like, you'd have to go back outside the dungeon and climb back up. And I can cheat and fly and stuff, but anyway, like, there'd be some sort of small incentive to go that way, but like nothing compulsory. Anyway, to go the proper way, you'd climb in this direction instead. If I can just... I'm just completely deliberately cheesing this dungeon just to demonstrate. Anyway, it does actually constitute half a dungeon. The other half is the wooden structure I showed before, which I built first, and I designed it to be a dungeon, and then I played through it, and I thought, well, okay, but it's a bit short, and so that's why there's this. And so you go in here, it's sort of a spiral climb up to this next platform, and there's a little alcove here, and like, you might wonder, well, okay, I'm in here, where do I go next? And like, it looks like the only way is down, and then this'll bring you out where the other, like, this is the balcony that we jumped from before, and then this is where we just were. But if you come close to the edge here, and then just look, there's actually a lever, and then that turns that alcove over there into a door. So yeah, parkour-themed mini-dungeon. These are supposed to be mushrooms, like flying mushroom things, but like, they have to be, like, these have to be half-size slabs, otherwise the things end up being too big. Anyway, I tried to jump and just failed, but the idea is, like, the moat around this dungeon is there, so that if you fall from up here, you won't die. You just have to start over. Now, it's more of a Minecraft concern than a Legend of Zelda style game concern, because fall damage is a thing, but it's nowhere near as deadly in those sorts of games. I mean, sometimes it is, I don't know. And if you can hear music in the background, that's my new neighbour Grace. She's, like, I don't mind that she plays her music all the time, it's just, she plays the same songs all the time. Like, find some new oldies or something, don't know why that's there. Anyway, ladders and stuff to the next level of the tree. How am I nearly at 20 minutes again? Ugh. And the vine's out of control again. Anyway, you could... it's not supposed to be on this wall, you... If I can just... It's supposed to be here, you fool. Anyway, the point is, you climb up here, and you flick that lever. And you might wonder what that does. Well, if you climb up here, you see there's a piston there. If you don't change the lever, then this will be up, and there's like, you can't jump 2 blocks high, so you can't get out of this little thing. So you'd have to find that hidden lever and pull it to get through here. And then the torches. Oh, that's actually a really nice scene. Climbing up this invisible staircase marked with torches while the sun's rising. Don't want to go that way just yet. So you get to the top here. You can't go around this way. So if you go around this way instead. Yeah. Then there's a chest, and all of this is just so you can have a minecart. But, trust me, that there is a purpose to this. There is method in my madness. So, yeah, we'll take the intended way out, which is to find this circle of torches and just drop, which, again, is positioned to drop you smack in the water so you don't take any damage. Now, these you use in here. These minecarts are just for use in here, like... I don't know why I chose to build this in here, but I did, so deal with it. Now, it might seem a little bit random at first. I'm just going to prepare a little exit way, because I'd have to be quick to show this off. But you can see there's like a minecart rail system going down there, out the other end of this dispenser. And I have one in there for demonstration purposes, but like normally, you'd only get one minecart from the tree, the minecart-tree. Then you'd press it once. I'm going to press it twice just to demonstrate a thing. And just replace the glass there. Now, over here, the way into this main dungeon, you can see it's coming to view now. It's blocked, but there we go. The minecart things, they travel along a system that runs from over there to over here. It triggers a switch which pulls the 2 pistons underneath here down, opening the way. And then I put the second one in, so it'll trigger the switch a second time and bring them back up. And then the minecarts, like, they drop into the void underneath. I'll see if I can show that hole off from here. Yeah, there's a hole down here where the minecarts drop out of once they're done. So that's the thing. Anyway, I don't care how long this video is, I'm showing off this dungeon. So you come in here, and you see there's a mark on the floor there, and you might notice that there's stuff up there, you might not, and you got diamonds leading upwards and stuff. Now, I'd imagine that if you come in here, there'd be some sort of mini-boss, because, like, Like you'd come in here and that would seal up behind you. You'd fight some sort of mini boss. Maybe some sort of Healy thing would spawn afterwards. I don't know. And then this treasure chest would appear, and you get a button from it. Like, I'd imagine that this would open automatically after beating the mini-boss, but you'd still have this random button, and that would also demonstrate that these are stairs. So you'd know to put the button there, and yeah, you'd only have one, so that would use it up. You click it, and now you can go up here instead. Now, first thing you'd probably notice is this opening over here, and you know, you go through it, and oh, you think you're making progress, but nope, this is just some sort of drainage system for the water that I don't use in this dungeon. And you come up here, and this is a one-way door, so I'm not going to go through it, but you know, it's a one-way door out the thing. And if you do fall down here, there is no way back up unless you cheat like I am, because I'm showing it off. Anyway, you notice this wooden button here. This actually makes a staircase appear over here, but for nowhere near long enough to get up it. And this button here is connected to those stairs there, so you can turn them on and off at will from up here. Now, I'd imagine there'd maybe be some sort of other mini-boss or something. Like, you might want to note the fact that there is a treasure chest there, because you otherwise might not. You come in here, and this is where you get the bow from, and it, like, any standard Zelda bow would come with 30 arrows, so, yeah. And, like, this, like, as I mentioned in the other episode, if you have a wooden input device, which is a button or a pressure plate, you can hold it down with an arrow, or with a pressure plate you can drop anything on top of it and it'll hold it down. But, like, again, the objective is over there, so there's a button back here just to teach the player to use the bow to hold buttons down. And here there's just a maze of doors. There are signs at the end of various paths hinting at what this room is about. You'll notice there's a dark patch in the wall over here, but apart from that, there doesn't appear to be any way out. But you'll find a painting, a sign that hints that this painting has a hidden wall behind it. Well, a fake wall, rather. Fake wall, lol. And you come out here, and there's a treasure chest right there. And it gives you a lever for free. And then you might want to head back in the way you came out to carry on the dungeon, but don't forget there is also a chest down here, just outside that window. And that contains another lever, because you will actually need two. And then you'd have to start the dungeon from the beginning, but because of stuff, like, you can just go through. Like, because you already have the bow, you could just access this. You could open the stairs, go up to the thing, and just go through the dungeon as you were before. I can't remember which side the painting, the thing is on. There we go. Anyway, next thing's next. You stick the first lever, so that would be used up on there, and then that would open this little Jeb door here. And there's a sign that says turn back, and so you might think, well, there's nothing in it, I might as well turn back. But if you come around here, there's actually a ladder, and then some words of encouragement. Alternatively, keep going. And, like, there's some signs here alluding to the fact that there's a chest here that just contains, like, I'd imagine if this were a Legend of Zelda game, it would contain, like, 1 green rupee or something. Because you come up here, you realise you need another lever to get through that door. And you'd only have one, you would use it up to get into this bit in the first place. So the lever from the second chest outside is what opens this door. Bleh. Anyway, this would be like the boss area, so this would be like a resty-uppy, get-ready-to-fighty point. And then you come out here, and you'd have some sort of boss. I'd imagine it would be the mini-boss that you fought to get the bow in the first place. And you'd have a bit of fighting here, and then it would sort of take off around here. You have some sort of action-y, chasey sequence where, like, you're chasing it around the outside of this building with the bow. If you fall off, then... Well, I'd imagine if you fall off, it would be, like, death rather than just making you start the dungeon again. But anyway, I did actually design the outside of this house, or building thing, to be parkourable for this exact reason. Anyway, like, you get to down here, which is a smaller thing, and you'd finish fighting the boss, you'd defeat it, and then that would, like, bring up this ladder. Or, maybe, I don't know, maybe you could do multiple laps, I don't know. Anyway, yeah. When you defeat the boss, this invisible stairway appears, like it materializes. It wouldn't be here until you beat the boss. And then you get to the end, and I don't really know what else, like, I've just put this here just to demonstrate, there's a red beacon, dungeon not clear, replace it with a blue one, yay, dungeon clear. And I believe that's everything I wanted to show off in this Minecraft world. I do have another Minecraft world. This is the second one I made. The first one I made was a generated terrain, and I want to show that off, but, I don't have time for that. So I will head back into my flat. Like, I'd show this bit off up here, like, kind of Matrix style, but it was a really half-assed attempt. Bookcases, whiteness, it's not really worth mentioning, but I just mentioned it anyway, so whatever. So anyway, heading back into my flat for the next little while, because I'll be flying home on Sunday. Yep, I have been and will continue to be Tessellating Hexagons, and this is my Minecraft world! Yay! And this is me, because I totally have blue skin and strawberry-coloured hair in real life. Anyway, bye.